Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to go over with you your final research project for our research unit in quarter 4. So I'm in section 5, final research project, and I'm opening up that PDF here. This is where we're going to see the full directions for this assignment. So you are going to conduct research and deliver a presentation that is informative, which means you're not trying to persuade us of anything. You're not telling us a story. You're just finding information and then giving us that information. Your task is to inform your audience about one of the most important discoveries or inventions of all time. And honestly, I don't care what you choose. So you don't need to justify to me that it's an important discovery or an important invention. As long as it's something that you think is important, that's all that really matters to me. The skills we're working on here are conducting research. We're also working on developing a visual aid. That would be a Google Slides. And then speaking clearly, because we're going to look at some presentation skills as well. And then organizing the information logically. So I'm going to zoom in here on the speech requirements section. Here's what you need to have in your speech. Remember, again, you're informing us about an important discovery or an invention. You're going to have some sort of hook or introduction to your speech to pull us in, to get us engaged. You'll organize your information logically, developing through several different sections. You will have a conclusion that restates your main points. I want you to include a works cited slide with at least 3 sources. So you've conducted your research, you've come up with your 3 sources. What you'll do is in your Google Slides, at the very end, the very last slide of your presentation will be titled Works Cited. And then I want you to include the URL, the full URL for your source. We want your speech in total to be 4 to 5 minutes in length, which means you have to really give us the information. Don't just tell me something was invented at a certain time period. Tell me how it was invented, who invented it, how they came up with the idea, how it was received within the community, all those details. And then finally, that visual aid, which in this case will be a Google Slides. So the tasks that you have to complete are reviewing the assignment description, which we are doing right now, selecting your topic, which you will do next. Then, once you've got that topic, conducting the research and completing the sources sheet to tell me that you can find sources using good search criteria and that those sources are reliable. Then you will develop a Google Slides presentation that organizes all your information for you. Remember to follow all of the tips, tools, and instructions we went over in section 4, preparing a presentation. I'm not duplicating that information here for you in this folder. I want you to keep going back to that section 4, preparing a presentation, to look for this sort of information to help guide you. Then you're going to record your presentation and share it with the teacher. And that kind of depends on who's administering this course this particular year. But if I pull it up here, we've got a few different options that your teacher or course administrator might suggest for you. One, you could present this live in a Google Meet session in front of the teacher or in front of other students within your class. You could film this presentation and share it by uploading it to a Google Drive. Again, your teacher would have to tell you how to do that. Or you could share this information through a Flipgrid, which again, your teacher will have to create and share with you. So those are some of the options, and your teacher will specifically let you know which one you will be doing for this project. So let's talk about some potential speech topics. So again, we're looking for most important invention or discovery of all time. And you can go in a million different directions with this. So you could look at archaeological discoveries, technological inventions. Lots of you care deeply about, video games or Snapchat or Instagram or whatever. Look into how those things were invented. Maybe some scientific discoveries. If you are interested in science or biology or chemistry, there's a lot of really cool information out there that you can research. Medical inventions or discoveries. If you hope one day to become a doctor or a nurse, there's a lot that you can look up here and learn about now. Architectural inventions. I love this one, particularly looking at some different cultures in the world and how they invented or created things. I had a student one year who absolutely loved bridges. And so they were talking about how bridges were designed and the history of how bridges have developed throughout the years. Tools or different products. I've had students do the washing machine. I've had students do boxed cake mix. I've had a Play-Doh research project before. So any product, any material, anything that people sell that you want to talk about, you can look that up as well. And then if you're more of philosophical minded, you can look up philosophical discoveries as well. So you can really take this assignment in a lot of different directions. One thing I do want you to really consider, though, is how you're organizing your speech. So you're going to create different slides within the slideshow to show this organization. Think about these different types of structures: cause and effect, problem and solution, sequence, chronological, description. We've worked with not point, proof, explain for us, but point, evidence, explanation, and link. If that works for you, use it. You might use one of these or you might use multiple ones. Taking a look at this paragraph down at the bottom, I kind of explained how we could do that. So, for example, if you're informing us about the space station, maybe you want to use description. At first, you just want to tell us how the space station is designed, and then maybe you want to move into chronological structure, telling us, through history. First this happened, then this happened, then this happened. If you're doing a speech about uncovering ancient Egyptian ruins, maybe you want to do chronological. This person discovered this first, this person discovered this, then this person discovered this. Or maybe you want to do cause and effect. This is what led to this discovery. This is what led to this discovery. A speech about the invention of the internet could be problem and solution. It could be chronological. It could be cause and effect. You can use one or multiple of these structures to help you kind of design your speech. What's going to be really important is that within that Google Slides, you're giving us titles for each slide that help us keep the information organized in our minds so that as listeners, as audience members, we are able to absorb the information better, retain it, and remember it later on. Remember that as you're going through this assignment, there are going to be additional resources included for you here earlier on in the research unit. So keep coming back to the different sections. Section 1, just going over the vocabulary terms. Reliable sources, going back through there and really thinking about, are your sources reliable? Looking at how to conduct research. Preparing that presentation is going to be really important. We even have information in here about how to create note cards for yourself. Use all of this information that we've provided throughout the entire unit to now come in here and complete this final project. And as always, if you have any questions, make sure that you reach out to your teacher or course administrator. Thanks, guys. Bye.